it's Lex of Lex and Terry, and on with me is somebody very near and dear to our hearts, Jeff Witten, the head of Rokform, our longtime client and probably the most innovative device covering company in the world. And Jeff is responsible for all of that. And I fell in love with his first design. I saw it in MacLife magazine, and from that point on, I have been a Rokform fan, and we have pushed this company to our whole audience ever since. And we're going probably back about 7 years or so, huh, Jeff?
Yeah, at least 7 years.
Yeah. And I just I'm thrilled we're still doing business together for starters, and watch the company grow like it has, because I knew you had high hopes for it, but I really have been awe-inspired of how you have taken all the curveballs thrown at you with devices moving as fast as they are and keeping up with it. It's impressive.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to ask you, how do you get to device makers and get their design before they come out so you can be ready? What did you have to do to get in a position to do that?
Well, first of all, thanks, Lex, for having me on your podcast. It's really exciting. It's our first podcast, so we're thrilled to be a part of it, and can't thank you enough for all you've done for us over the years.
Listen, you did it yourself, man. People, you have so many return customers in Lex and Terry Nation, I can't tell you. Also, always a lot of questions, which I'm going to ask you here in the next half hour or so. So I hope you're ready to go, because, people always want to know, if you're going to put out something for their device and stuff like that. Get a lot of questions about the Android stuff, and you keep up with the main Android phones for sure, but the iPhone people seem to know what the boogie is. They know you're going to have a case or several cases for them. I can't tell you what a success the Predator is and how many people love it once they purchase it.
Yeah, we've enjoyed some good success with that, even though it's a little on the higher price point. It's done really well, and we do have most of our customers are repeat customers, and a lot of that's because of our team and our service, and it's easy to ship out something that works right all the time the first time, but I think because our real-time customer service has really helped us gain those customers back if they ever do have a problem.
Your customer service and your staff in general are just excellent, and always have been. I mean, from day one, you guys have taken care of customers. I mean, your product has our name on it once we send people to you. So I can't tell you how much we appreciate you taking care of them when we do. And we always get high remarks back. It's like, they sent me the wrong thing. I called them. They took care of it right away. They were awesome. You're right. Rokform's the best. And yada, yada, yada. And we're like, yeah. We never have really worried about it like we have some of our other clients over the years.
Well, we tried to get it right the first time. I mean, that's the goal. But yeah, you're right. We have a great team, and to answer your question on how we get the information or how we're so quick to market with the new iPhones, really it's the team. So we have we're a small team. We have 10 people here, and each one plays a role in getting the designs done, getting the graphics complete, getting the inventory in stock, getting working out all the issues. We're small but very effective team that we have, and that's why we're as successful as we are.
So is Cupertino willing to give you that stuff in advance, for you to do your thing? Because, when you buy a case for an iPhone, it is snug and fit and exact. That's not guesswork. Yeah, that's that is somebody that has the right specs and the right size and everything else. Are they willing to do that, or did you have to earn their trust? Or
yeah, we're not able to get information directly from Apple, but we are able to get some pretty good data from some other sources and in order to be ready when the phones are ready to be sold. So it's taken us a long time to figure out the right secret sauce on how to do that, but we are able to do it, and consistently with incredible accuracy.
So what made you start doing this? You had Two Brothers Racing. You basically built manifold systems for high-end motocross bikes, right?
Yeah. So I was part of Two Brothers Racing for almost 25 years, and our main market was sport bikes. We did everything around a straight piece of tube. So we bent it, we welded it, we fabricated, we assembled. We had a really successful business. I exited that 2 years ago, and now I'm completely focused on Rokform. But the years there taught me a lot about just business in general, especially manufacturing and product development.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's kind of the same type of deal. You got to, get a hold of a new bike coming out and, get the specs and build what you have to build for it. So, I guess it's kind of the same thing on a completely different level. I guess what I want to ask is where did the light go off that you could make phone cases?
Well, during the Two Brothers days, we had always talked about diversifying outside of the power sports industry, and there was a company that we were buying titanium tubing from, and they were, in Japan, and they were telling us about this company that was doing machined aluminum iPhone cases. I said, that sounds interesting. So I took a look at them. I bought a couple and said, oh, yeah, well, I think we can make these a little bit better than what they're doing, because we're already machining tens of thousands of parts. We knew how to do it. So we built a phone case, just a all aluminum billet phone case, and then we built two stands. And we took them to Macworld, and our kind of thinking was, well, if this works, then, great, we'll keep going. If it doesn't work, it's 6 months out of my life, and, not a huge investment at the time.
And I was one of your first suckers in MacLife magazine.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I went, that is the coolest looking case I've ever seen. I memean, that's still my favorite case.
It was really cool. I still have a bunch of them.
and the thing about it was, was there some signal issues with some of those? Like, not all of them though. It was like a weird thing, right? And you had to overcome that.
Oh yeah. So we had a little learning curve there. So the phones that we were using were AT&T iPhone 4s, and all of us had AT&T, and they worked great. We didn't have any reception issues, even in the weird areas. And then Verizon started selling the iPhone 4, and those things absolutely just did not like having metal around the iPhone. So
That's
we
so
had
weird.
Yeah, so we warranted or refunded pretty much every single one that we sold.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. So to Verizon customers until we figured it out, and then we would just kind of inform them, hey, you may have some signal issues. It wasn't like it render it completely useless, but if it was on the edge, it was on the wrong edge. If you're in a a spotty area.
Yeah, I have loved the things you've come up with over the years. The accessories, the selfie sticks were amazing. The Rokform tool is I don't go anywhere without it, because it's like I put it on the nightstand, at the hotel, watch stuff on it, watch it on a plane. I mean, that thing just hooks right up to the magnet, and just the system you've put together for people to either use your patented mechanism or a magnet to attach the case to wherever they want to do it has just been great. But as you've gotten along, you've perfected both sides of things. People that don't want to use magnets and people that do, and I actually use both. It's weird, so I always am on the website just seeing if there's anything new I can just order and use, because it's just fun.
Very cool.
And it's easy to use. So as a matter of fact, I'm probably after this going to take a picture of my setup because I use so much of your stuff. I have my phone right now. This is something you're just coming out with. It's the swivel mount. You sent me one, and I have it attached to a metal bracket on the back of our producer's monitor, and that's where I put my phone. And it's awesome. It's like there's nothing else out there that is made that can work like that. And that's just something you're good at. You're making it as simple as possible for people to use their device in any form or fashion. And that's the point we try to get across about you guys, is that you're in it to make the device world protective and easier as much as possible.
Yeah, we try really hard. I mean, we make things that either we've had customer requests for, or things that we think solve our own problems. So at least we have the first customer ourselves, and we spend a lot of time testing it and making sure it works right, so that when the customer gets it, he has a reaction similar to yours, like, oh, this is really easy. Well, it's easy, but we put a lot of thought into it to kind of make it easy for the end final product. And I think that's what has helped us get those repeat customers.
Yeah, Terry and I, over the years of our existence, which is like 25 years plus now, have walked on a lot of business. That people wanted us to promote things or talk about stuff and support, and when you use the product, you don't like it, you don't feel good telling people it's good. So we have a lot of trust in our audience. When we started pushing your product and telling them that this is the future in device coverage and the way it's used with maximum efficiency, they bought right in. They were started ordering, and we're like, oh my God, this is great. I can't believe this was out here. I can't believe this was thought about. And I go back to that first phone call with you and I remember it like it was yesterday, because you were so open and so cool about it, because I think I told you I could sell a lot of these. I said, if this is what I think it is, I think I could sell a lot of these for you. And you were very cool and trusting to give us the chance to do that. And you had like an exponential growth right away. And, the original deal we had, this is where I fell in love with you, man. The original deal we had kind of blew up based on your success, because you started building an email database and all that, which, kind of wrecked our original performance deal and all that. And you made it right, and we told people, you can trust these guys. They're in it for all the right reasons, to please their customers, to build the best things possible, and you have not disappointed.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we are. I mean, that's one of our. kind of our vision is to exceed customer expectations, and we don't do anything without thinking about the customer first and how they're going to react. And I think that's why we're small, so we don't spend a ton of money on advertising, but our best advertisers are our customers, word of mouth. And someday we'll be able to spend the big bucks, but right now we rely on taking care of the customer first and providing them with the best product that we possibly can, in hopes of them coming back.
Yeah, nobody has made anything close to what you make. I expected somebody to replicate you or emulate what you're doing, but it doesn't seem like they do it. It's really weird. Obviously, you had competitors like OtterBox out there, doing the to me, way overprotective thing. It's like you got to be able to use the device and see it.
Right.
Yeah. And I've never dropped a phone and cracked a case or anything with you. And I am not easy on these things at all. And one of the misnomers out there about the Predator is because of its sleek design that it's not a protective case. And I'm going to make a case, and you tell me if I'm wrong, that it's probably because of the coverage on the corners, probably one of your best cases at keeping your window from cracking.
Yeah, we've had really good luck with the Predator, even though it is super minimal. We do have some special kind of dampers in all those corners, and we have a little bit of tolerance in there so it doesn't actually touch the phone.
Yeah.
So that provides, some shock absorption when it does hit. So yeah, surprisingly, for how minimal that case is, it's been remarkably protective. And I can't remember one customer service call or occurrence where someone has damaged a phone with that on there. Not to say that it can happen.
Yeah, of course it hasn't. Of course it can. Obviously there's companies out there that have gone for the complete protection thing, but if you surround something in rubber, it's going to protect it. But it also makes the device bulky, hard to use. Sometimes the screen is unresponsive. To me, there's got to be some give in there if you want to enjoy your device. You guys seem to understand that. I think that's why you do so well.
Yeah, we spend a lot of time, because we're using it. Like I have a rugged case on my phone right now. Last week I had a Crystal on there, and before that I had a Predator and then a Fusion. So we're always using the product and trying to think of ways to improve it, and also listening to customer feedback, and because that's real important too, because these are the guys that are, at the end of the day, we work for them. So if they have a good idea, we're not going to just ignore it. We'll look into it and test it and see if it makes sense. And if it does, sometimes we'll build products based on customer feedback. If we've had enough customers asking for it, that's an example. Would be the swivel mount. We had customers who really, really liked the our low profile magnet mount, and where we call it the BAM. Mm-hmm. But they wanted some adjustability. So that's how we developed the swivel mount. So you could have the same kind of performance in terms of hold on your dash or wherever you put it, but you could also have some adjustability to find the perfect angle for viewing maps or whatever you're looking to view.
So your vision on this is pretty clear. You seem to find accessories and ways to use your device covers to the max. Are you like always been some sort of mad scientist dude or something, or is this just kind of in your wheelhouse? Do you just see this clearly like you have from day one, and it's just your thing, or were you like that with two brothers too?
I think the thing is, I've always had a really good team around me, and some of the ideas didn't come from me. Some of them came from someone else on the team. So, yeah, I've thought of some things, but it wouldn't be possible if I didn't have the team around me to help kind of cultivate the ideas into something that's actually marketable and that people will like and won't fall apart. It's really it sounds cliche, but man, if you don't have a good team, it's going to be really tough to get to the next level.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, I haven't had one of them say nary a bad word about you over the years. I've dealt with a lot of your people, and you are loved, my friend. People have enjoyed their jobs very much. And it's like I've always had in my mind that you're a young company, and I know a lot of the stuff you're doing, especially in the beginning, not so much now, you were just throwing out there and seeing what stuck, and it brings me to the one question I've always wanted to ask you, if you and I were sitting somewhere having dinner personally, what was your biggest success and what was your biggest failure?
With Rokform?
Yeah.
I think the biggest success we had was when we came out with the twist lock and magnetic mounting system. Mm-hmm. We have some really, really good IP around that, and that's going to be like a legacy product for us. And it's kind of the heart and soul of Rokform is that magnet mount and the twist lock, because it makes everything work. The biggest failure, we did a battery that we didn't foresee some of the challenges with doing a battery. And that thing, even though it was really engineered
I like the design of the battery.
Yeah, it was great. There was just some subtle things in there when you get it out with when our customers started using it, they started having these little problems that we didn't see, and it was really disappointing for us as a team to work so hard on something and have like customers not be 100% happy. So we learned a lot from that. And that was probably the biggest product mistake, the biggest kind of
I'm surprised by that because I really enjoyed mine.
Yeah, I love mine. I still have one. I still use it.
Yeah, I had one until it got stolen.
Yeah. I think just that we had little things go wrong with it, and we didn't think through it.
Yeah.
Hard enough because it was totally new outside of our regular box of tricks.
Yeah, I never asked you, but I always wanted to if you were happy or unhappy with that.
I love the product. I didn't like the making customers upset when something went wrong with it, and we would warranty them and replace them, and I don't think we left anybody hanging. But it just wasn't fun having less than kind of a 5-star experience.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're all about. So if you're not enjoying it, I don't think it's going to be on the markets the way I kind of see the way you operate. So
yeah,
that you let somebody else do the battery thing, which is fine. Because what you guys do is unduplicated. I find. And this may be just in my head, but is Rokform targeted more towards men than women, or are you one day gonna try to go the girly route and do protective device coverings that are obviously of a feminine nature, decor wise? Because that's the one complaint I get. is that there's not enough female-y things, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, you know. You know, you want your phone protected or not? You know, it's. I think you have plenty of things that, you know, are totally unisex and would look fine, you know, with any working person's phone, you know, that's out there doing a job. But I do get that question, not a lot, but some. Do you do that consciously? Do you just stick to what you know, or is there a fear to go down that road, or where are you at with that?
Yeah, it's somewhat consciously, not intentionally to alienate women in any way, but our core customer is is men. It's motorcyclists. It's cyclists. It's first responders, police, fire, military, and we're really focused on making the best products we can to suit those needs. And we have a lot of female customers who really enjoy the product, who use it for its functionality, not necessarily its looks. Because no, it's not feminine. We can make one pink, but it would still have a really masculine look to it. So once we get, I guess, to a certain level where we're deep enough into the markets that, you know, we cater to, we may do some more, I guess, stylish cases, but I don't see it happening in the near future just because we're so focused on our core customer and what they want and what they're asking for and trying to improve that.
Well, sometimes in the world of business, it's a mistake a lot of companies make. Go outside the comfort zone, and you can't come back from it once you do it. So I just always wanted to ask you if that's by design. Now we know. You know, it's as far as I can see, there's plenty of female customers with Rokform. I mean, I certainly have conversations with a bunch of them, and they don't seem to think that you have stuff that's, you know, barred from them. You know, they like the way it looks and the way it responds with their device. So I think you got a lot more females than you think you do.
Yeah, I think it's really about once they try it, they look past the kind of masculine form factor, and they go, I can't live without this magnet, or I ride a mountain bike, or I'm a road cyclist, or we even get a lot of female motorcyclists coming in our door buying mounts and cases, and, you know, so it's just a matter of once they use it, they're like, oh yeah, I can't live without it.
Yeah, you guys are unmatched in the motorcycle and bicycle mount market. I mean, you do it right. The device is protected, stays where it's supposed to, easy to use as you're navigating the vehicle. You know, it's you're killing it there. You know, I get such a great response rate out of your your devices that you make to, you know, so you can use your Rokform device on your motorcycle or bike. People love the mounts, so you are doing well there, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we spend a lot of time refining those too. And the nice thing about the mounts is once you buy it, you know, it works with every case that we sell. So that I think that customers also like that. They just have to buy one mount, and it's good to go. If the iPhone 25 comes out, they'll still have their mount.
Yeah, and I just feel that you guys, you know, have it wired at this point. I've just watched you over the years respond quicker to the new devices coming out, and you have everything within a couple of weeks ready to go, and for people to be able to buy the brand new iPhone 10 Max or, you know, the S and all that stuff. And, you know, I know you're getting ready to release cases for all those here. Some are already on the market. Some will be coming out when they're made and delivered to you here next couple days, right?
Yeah, so we have all the all the iPhones covered except for the XR, which those are due to release in October sometime. So when those go for sale, we'll have a case for them. And we are still working on a couple models for the new Max, but we do have our kind of staple crystal and rugged cases in stock.
Crystal is a very fairly priced case and very protective. You sent me a couple of them when they first came out, and they're great because they protect well, but you can see your device. I mean, they're making such cool devices right now. The iPhone 10 is so cool. You know, people want to see their device, and with cases like the Predator and the Crystal, you know, you can have your device in full view yet be protected. And, you know, people are loving that. I certainly am. Those are the two cases I pretty much am married to right now.
Yeah, it's one of our best sellers. That's one my wife uses. So I guess if there was a case that's leaning more towards the kind of gender neutral, that would be the one.
Yeah, I would think so. I know my fiance is an Oklahoma fan, and you know, you make the perfect red device, so she always goes for whatever that is. You know, Crystal has a red backing on it, and she's like, "I want that." No problem. Yeah. So there's stuff out there for the ladies for sure. And the only question I really have left to ask you, Jeff, is what's next for Rokform?
Well, we're giving the battery another try. So we have a new wireless charging battery that's different than anything else on the market. We're really excited about it because wireless charging is becoming a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So this power bank or battery pack is completely waterproof. It's dustproof, and you can actually wirelessly charge the battery, and it'll wirelessly charge your phone.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's completely wireless. So no one that I've seen so far has done that in a form that we've been able to do it. It's about the same size as a iPhone 10, but it has a lot of features that no one else has, especially the rugged, waterproof, dustproof, wireless, and it can charge two devices at once.
I'll also be all over that.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. I'm looking at a little stack of them here that we've been testing for the last 6 months, and we think this one is gonna make customers happy.
Yeah, listen, you've always made most of your customers happy. That's why we're having this talk 7-8 years down the road, because you know you do your best, and I love how you put yourself out there and try things that you're not sure are going to work. You know, going for a battery again, and when you just told me it was probably your biggest failure, is a ballsy move. People like that, you know, they because they know you're not going to push for the best product unless you do stuff like that. You know, so you know you've won people over, Jeff. It's not easy to do. You know, I can't think of a product that's got more repeat customers than you. So,
well, thank you.
So thank you for making our listeners happy, and thank you for our relationship. We really appreciate it. And it was finally great to do a podcast and talk about the product. And you know, we should probably do this every 6 months.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you very much for having me, and thanks for everything that you guys have done and your customers have done for Rokform, because every little bit makes a difference for us, and we appreciate every customer.
You do, and you even treat me like one still, which is great. You know, I appreciate it. I appreciate the relationship, Jeff, as always, and thanks for coming on today and talking about your product to what is a lot of people that love you out there. So thank you.
Thank you, Lex.